This is Ben Shalom and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Okay, so the WBC have released their new rankings up and down all 18 of the weight divisions. But in this video, of course, we're going to be talking about the heavyweight division. And they have made some massive changes, some hot topics that I know you lot will want to be talking about. And we will get onto those subjects very shortly. Now, before we do, I know a lot of you say how you want me to do some other weight divisions. I would love to do the other weight divisions, but these videos take me a good two and a half hours to do from recording to upload. So if you lot don't watch the other ones, that's a long time. Okay, I'm all about productivity. I've tried it before and a lot of you don't, but if you want me to do them, let me know which weight divisions you want me to talk about. Anyway, so this one heavyweight division, if you are new to this channel, firstly welcome. Please make sure you are subscribed. It's very important that you are. These kind of videos are the ones that will give you a good overview as to what's happening in the heavyweight division. Okay, so you can keep well ahead of some of these so-called Twitter experts who know, well, they don't know the elbow to the wrist, do they? Anyway, make sure you are subscribed. It's free. It's brilliant. Nobody else here on YouTube does it, correct? So get subscribing. Thank you very much. Anyway, so here's a new top 15 for the month of September 2023 for the WBC in the heavyweight division. Number 15, Bakodir Jalolov. Number 14, Otto Wallin. Number 13, Ajit Kabial. Number 12, Daniel Dubois. Number 11, Filip Hrgovic. Number 10, Joseph Parker. Number 9, Mark Bacoli. Number 8, Dillian Whyte. Number 7, F.A. Ajagba. Number 6, Jared Anderson. Number 5, Andy Ruiz Jr. Number 4, Frank Sanchez. Number 3, Arslanbek Makhmudov. Number 2, Anthony Joshua. And number 1, Deontay Wilder. And of course, you've got the WBC World Heavyweight Champion, who's now going to be fighting an MMA guy, heaven forbid, Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. So that is the top 15 for the WBC for the month of September. Now, dropped out this month, before we get onto the hot topics, of course, 2 people have been dropped out this month. Zan Kosabuski, who was number 9 last month, and King Kong Luis Ortiz, who was number 13. They've both been dropped totally from the top 15. Now, Zan Kosabuski, he lost or deliberately got himself disqualified against F.A. Ajagba only a week or 2 ago. Was it revenge that he hit F.A. Ajagba low? Quite possibly. But either way, he showed a real lack of professionalism and got himself disqualified. So him getting dropped is no surprise. The WBA also dropped him as well. Luis Ortiz, well, he hasn't had a fight since he lost to Andy Ruiz Jr. Now, Luis Ortiz, he has no big names on his record. He's just very much a hype job is what he's been. But I'd be quite interested to see Luis Ortiz versus Zan Kosabuski, to be honest with you. Why not? Maybe the winner of that fight can get back into the top 15. Why not? But, of course, with Luis Ortiz, is he still a PBC fighter? Because it's quite unusual for the WBC to drop PBC fighters. It's very unusual for them to do that. So is he now left the PBC? Who knows? We'll have to wait and find out. We really will. Anyway, so with 2 people being dropped, that means 2 new inserts. Well, 2 new inserts. Starting off with number 15, Bakodir Jalolov, the Olympic gold medalist. Now, this guy is ferocious. He's a hell of a boxer. He's a southpaw. He's big and he's strong. He's powerful. Big knockout artist. But unfortunately for him right now, we don't know, is he a professional boxer? Is he an amateur boxer? He jumps backwards and forwards all the time. Now, he does have, was about a dozen fights as a pro, knocked everybody out. But he's the kind of guy that is, if he fought, say, Tyson Fury could be in a lot of trouble in about 18 months' time, a year to 18 months' time. This is the kind of guy that would punish a lot of people. Honestly, if you haven't seen him fight, please do so. He knocks people out for fun. And of course, he's big and he's awkward because he's a southpaw as well, and very good skills. But either way, for now, outside of him potentially fighting a Tyson Fury, which I'm sure Tyson Fury would run to the hills if that fight was presented to him, Bakodir Jalolov is a top-ranked fighter. So let's look internally. Outside Tyson Fury, of course, he's also a top-ranked fighter and a Queensberry fighter. But you've got a co-promoted fighter in Arslanbek Makhmudov, co-promoted by Top Rank and Eye of the Tiger, undefeated, ranked currently number 3 on these rankings. And with Makhmudov, he's officially Canadian citizen now, but of course he's born and raised in Russia. But Russia versus Belarus, that'd be a very interesting one, wouldn't it? Very interesting. Any reason why that fight can't happen? I don't see any reason why not. If not, he can go fight big baby Jared Anderson. Also, a top-ranked fighter. Jared Anderson's ranked number 6 in these rankings. That'd be a very, very interesting fight. Or maybe have a rematch, although these guys have fought a couple of times before in the amateurs, in Richard Torres Jr. Why not? Or maybe can have a rematch as well from the amateurs with Fraser Clark. Why not? Or if not, obviously top-ranked Sky Sports boxer Bob Arum and Ben Shalom, they have a very good relationship. Why not a boxer fighter in Martin Bakole? Martin Bakole, he loves to fight a prospect. Does he not? He can think nothing better than to fight a prospect. So why not get that one done? Anyway, that is Bakhtir Jalolov in at number 15. And another insert, of course, is Daniel Dubois. Dan Dubois is now in at number 12. So, of course, last time out, he lost to Alexander Usyk. I know that people want to try and deflect about the fact that he did quit, and he did quit against him, and he didn't win a single round against Alexander Usyk, but they all want to talk about that low blow. But either way, he takes a knee, he quits in that fight after getting dropped twice by Alexander Usyk and quit by a jab. So he quits that fight, and he gets put in at number 12. Now, I'm okay with that. He's a British fighter, right? But to go back onto Zan Kosabuski, well, he lost his last fight. Essentially, he quit, right? Because he deliberately got himself disqualified, and he gets dropped. So if he gets dropped and Dan Dubois gets inserted, that doesn't make too much sense, does it? Anyway, it is what it is. So Dan Dubois is also the fresh insert. Okay, so let's start off with number 5, Andy Ruiz Jr. Now, Andy Ruiz Jr., he was number 2 last month. Now he's been dropped down to number 5. And I can only put that down to the fact that he hasn't fought Deontay Wilder, even though Wilder versus Ruiz was ordered back in November of last year. So we're actually approaching nearly a year now. Was it 10 months? And they didn't get the fight on. Now, are the WBC taking Wilder's side? Yeah, of course they are. Because Wilder is not offering Andy Ruiz Jr. enough money, or Andy Ruiz Jr. wants too much money, who knows. But either way, that fight didn't get made. So they dropped Andy Ruiz Jr. when really they should have dropped Andy Ruiz Jr. and Deontay Wilder. Because it takes 2 to tango, right? It takes 2 to make a fight. It does. So for me, it's very, very strange that they dropped Andy Ruiz Jr. down to number 5 from number 2, but kept Deontay Wilder in at number 1. But to replace Andy Ruiz Jr. in at number 2 is Anthony Joshua. Now, he defeated Robert Helenius, which turned out Robert Helenius, unless, of course, he manages to clear his name. Currently, he's failed a PD test during the fight, as in while he fought Anthony Joshua. So Anthony Joshua beat somebody who was on PD. So that win looks a little bit better now, doesn't it, for Anthony Joshua, where he knocked him out. But, of course, with talks going on with the Saudis, and potentially now others, I'm hearing potentially Qatar or the United Arab Emirates, i.e. Dubai, maybe a fight in Nigeria. They could still get this fight on. And the reason why I believe the WBC have dropped Andy Ruiz Jr. and put in Anthony Joshua is firstly because it's the right thing to do as far as Anthony Joshua is concerned, but they should drop Deontay Wilder. But they won't do that because they want Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. Why? They want that paper. They want that money. That's what they want. They want a cut, because when that fight gets made, the WBC will make that the final eliminator for the WBC World Heavyweight Championship. They'll make it as for an interim title and for the official mandatory position. In other words, they can get their 3% out of this fight. And how much money is going to be in this fight? A lot. They want that 3%. So if I'm Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, I'm turning around to WBC and say, fuck you, you slug. We're going to give you a penny. We're going to fight each other because we want to fight each other. We want to make as much money as we possibly can. And we're doing this because we want to fight each other. It's got nothing to do with you ordering it, so go jog on. We ain't going to give you a penny. That's what Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder should do. And all it takes is one of them to do it. Well, are they going to do it? No, of course they won't do it. They'll play ball. This is why the WBC get away with what they get away with. It really is. Anyway, so let's move on to another subject, because obviously we have to wait and find out exactly what's happening with Joshua and Wilder. So let's talk about number 9, Martin Bakole. Okay, so Martin Bakole... listen, I'm not too sure about Martin Bakole, to be honest with you, because he's kind of like one of these guys where you think maybe he could do something, but then at the same time, you kind of think that we don't know, because he just likes fighting prospects, as I've already spoken about with, say, maybe a Jalolov, because previously he took on a 10-0 guy from Ukraine, right, the Hulk. Before then, he took on Tony Yoka and whatever else, okay? So him taking on a Jalalov, that would be quite interesting. He would. Now, he's been dropped down a position. He has. But if not, why don't we see Martin Bakole against Joseph Parker? Now, we know them two have shared the ring on quite a few occasions in sparring. And I'm surprised Martin Bakole hasn't come out and said how he made Joseph Parker quit in sparring, or he knocked out Joseph Parker in sparring. Who knows? We know Martin Bakole, he likes a cheeky little sparring story. He really does. And Joseph Parker versus Martin Bakole will be a very, very good fight. Will they do it? Who knows? If not, Makhmudov. I mentioned Makhmudov once before, but for some reason they don't want to fight each other. As to which side it is, I don't know. I really don't know. They both say how they want to fight anybody and everybody, but yeah, this fight was presented to both of them, and the fight isn't happening so far. And it's a top-ranked fighter in Ozbek Makhmudov. Of course, he's co-promoted by Eye of the Tiger as well. Martin Bakole, of course, is a boxer, Sky Sports fighter. They have a very good relationship, the two platforms, the two promotional networks. So there's no reason why that fight can't happen. The money's going to be there to do it, because Boxer can pay Martin Bakole his wage, and Top Rank and Eye of the Tiger can pay Makhmudov his wage. The fight will be shown on Sky Sports and ESPN, as it would normally be. No reason why that fight can't happen. So get cracking. If not, why don't Martin Bakole go fight Jared Anderson? Jared Anderson currently ranked number 6 here, like Makhmudov was ranked number 3, or he is ranked number 3. But Jared Anderson ranked number 6. He's still undefeated. Again, he's somewhat of a prospect, so that's right up Martin Bakole's street. People say Jared Anderson is going to be the next coming, the next big heavyweight superstar. Okay, let's see. Let's see him take on Jared Anderson. Will he fight that rematch with Michael Hunter? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, that's Martin Bakole. He needs to step up now. He needs to really start stepping up, because I'm getting a little bit pissed with him, to be honest with you. Number 14, Otto Wallin. Well, his next fight is going to be in only, about 2 weeks' time, or maybe 3 weeks' time, against Murat Gassiev. That fight will take place in Turkey. That's a very good fight. Very, very good fight. Both of them only have one loss on their record. Gassiev, one loss to Alexander Usyk. Wallin, one loss to Tyson Fury. So that's a good fight. That's a real pick 'em. I don't know who to pick in that one, to be honest with you. For me, that's a 50-50. I'm very firmly on the fence with that one. I'm going to get splinters in my backside with that one. Now, Filip Perkovic is, of course, the IBF mandatory, and he's up next for Alexander Usyk. Here he's ranked number 11, so he's actually been boosted by 4 positions. So he's ranked number 11 currently, but he's going to be fighting Alexander Usyk next. He said he's not going to step aside to allow Usyk to go fight a Tyson Fury or whatever. Okay, he wants his shot. He wants to fight Alexander Usyk. Whether you give him a shot or whether you don't, of beating Usyk is kind of irrelevant. He gives himself a shot, and that's the fight that he wants. So he's going down the IBF route. That's a waste of a ranking with the WBC as far as I'm concerned. It is, because he's not going the WBC route, is he? It's pointless. Now, other than that, no real changes. I mean, there's a couple of movements up here and a couple of movements down there. Of course, Dillian Whyte, he's been dropped down by 2 positions. I know people say possibly that he should be removed from the rankings and whatever else. Well, the case is still ongoing, okay? He hasn't been proved guilty and he hasn't been proved innocent yet, okay? So until that result comes out, we have to wait and find out, okay? But other than that, F.A. Jagba, number 7. Sorry. Yeah, number 7. He's actually been boosted by 7 positions as well. Because Sam Kosabuski low-blowed him, well, F.A. Jagba has been boosted quite high, which is why I said before, I'd like to see him take on a Martin Bakole. F.A. Jagba versus Martin Bakole. That's a top-ranked fighter versus a boxer fighter. We've spoken about their collaboration, if you like, and it's also an all-African fight. I can put it on in Africa somewhere, if necessary. Why not? It's a very, very good fight. Make that fight. I'll certainly watch it. I certainly would. And I would actually favour Martin Bakole in that fight, to be honest. I would. Anyway, that is it. What do you guys think of these new rankings? Of course, you've got Tyson Fury. Going to go fight Francis Ngannou next in a crossover fight, which is absolutely ridiculous, right? Absolute madness. But, hey, this is boxing for you. The WBC will allow them to get away with it. They even made a special little title for that fight as well. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, WBC. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.